Reaction is pouring in to news Kristi Noem will soon be out as Secretary of Homeland Security. Today, President Trump announced Noem will transition to being a special envoy for a new security initiative. And Trump nominated Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma to take over Homeland Security at the end of the month. Trump touted Noem's accomplishments at the border. But behind the scenes, administration officials tell NBC News he fired her over leadership failures, including fallout after the fatal shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. Meanwhile, Senator Mullin says he's ready to work with the president, but also promised to earn his confirmation votes and work for everyone.
We're going to try to earn everybody's vote. I want people to understand, when I go into this position, yes, I'm a Republican, yes, I'm conservative. But Department of Homeland Security is to keep everybody, regardless if you support me, if you don't support me, regardless of what your thoughts are. I'm here to enforce the policies that Congress passed.
Noem's firing comes after a tumultuous few months. Raya Katene spoke with local political experts with how he got to this point and where things will likely go from here.
Signs of solidarity are staying put in Minneapolis. And as Minnesotans begin finding some serenity, a big shakeup is now underway in the White House.
Immigration was clearly one of the key reasons that Donald Trump got elected a second time to the presidency. Kristi Noem was in charge of deploying that on the ground in Minneapolis, and it went terribly.
Brian McClung is a Republican strategist with decades of experience in government and politics. He says Kristi Noem's mishandling of ICE operations in Minnesota, followed by bipartisan and public backlash, is a key reason she was fired.
Ma'am, I did not call him a domestic terrorist. I said it appeared to be an incident of.
And Noem's testimony in Congress this week, McClung says, certainly did not help.
She could have acknowledged that things did not go the way they intended them to, and that they needed to make improvements and needed to change things.
President Trump announced Noem will serve as the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, and Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma will step in as the new Homeland Security Secretary.
Senator Mullin knows Congress. I think that's going to be the number one advantage.
Larry Jacobs is a political scientist and professor at the University of Minnesota who says Mullin is a close ally of the president, but also knows how to maintain good relationships with members of Congress.
He's going to steer away from statements that he knows will inflame both sides of the party. He's going to make sure that he's keeping members of Congress informed of what he's doing. He'll be responsive.
Noem is the first cabinet member to be dismissed during Trump's second term, but Jacobs says her dismissal does not signal a change in policy.
I think we should fully expect the Trump administration to continue to pursue a very aggressive, in some cases brutal policy in terms of deportation. I think what we're going to see is a change in some of the tactics, more discipline, more centralized communication that is attuned to attitudes in Congress and the country. So this will be more about how it's done and not what is done.
And Mullin is expected to take over the Department of Homeland Security beginning March 31st, so in just a few weeks from now, Lauren.
All right, Raya, thank you. Certainly a lot of reaction to that here in Minnesota. In response to Noem's firing, Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar said in part, quote, Secretary Noem's overdue removal from the Department of Homeland Security is a step toward accountability, but it is only the beginning. Republican Congressman Pete Stauber didn't comment directly on Noem's firing or her role in Minnesota, but in a statement to KARE 11 supported Senator Mullin for the position, saying, quote, I urge my colleagues in the Senate to confirm his nomination and move quickly to reopen this critical department.